Good afternoon, everyone. Hello and welcome to this week's episode. This week, I want to reply to an email that I got because it is very current, and I believe this topic can affect us all. So let me read you portions of this email, and then I'll give you my take on it and how I handle this specific issue that we're dealing with today. So the subscriber to the channel reads, "This morning I woke up feeling happy and refreshed and opened my laptop first thing to check the online news. There were such horrific stories, one after the other, and she just goes on to list all these tragedies. And then she says, within 10 minutes of reading all this horrific stuff, news, I found myself totally depressed and stressed out. And she says, and her day had hardly begun. And so very kindly, she asked me what I would do and how I handle the news because, well, heck, somebody else got shot down the road here, and we won't go down and talk about that. But here is how I handle the news. First off, I never, ever, ever put on the news on first thing in the morning. I just don't do it. I think that it's very, very important that we understand the place that the news fits in our lives. And in actual fact, I mean, I don't believe that we should put our head in the ground, although that might be a good idea. But I do believe that we have to protect ourselves, especially in this age where we've got everything being thrown at us, whether we want it or not, namely through this little here device. It's constant. And I'm sure you remember the time when the television stopped at 10 or 11 o'clock. And, well, that just shows my age. But so I never, ever, ever put the television on in the morning. I don't put the television on, period. No talk shows, nothing. I actually have the luxury, as you've heard, of going outside and listening to the birds. But if I don't have that, if for some reason they're not there, I just listen to some nice classical music on the Pandora on the television. But I never, ever put on the news. It's just too toxic. And I don't certainly read anything. I just keep myself away from it. It's the head in the sand syndrome, but it works for me. But also there's something much deeper, I think, that you have to, and I've come to understand, and it's something that I've applied in my business coaching to my clients. There are certain things in life you cannot control. And so you have to understand that and accept that. And that is so important. Understand your place in this world. There just are things that you can't control. But the one thing that you can control is your reaction to whatever it is. And I think once you understand that, then it's not so difficult to deal with all that's going on in the world. Because you and I know it's cuckoo for coconuts, and I don't know if it's ever going to change, but one thing that in a coping skill that I have developed, and I suggest that you do, is understand that there's limits to what you can control, but the only thing that you can control is your reaction to this incident. And that is really the story that I want to present to you, the answer to this email. And I hope it's meant something to you. Maybe you've learned something from it. I would love your feedback and thoughts on this, because that is something that really, really helps me. I love getting your emails, especially in the middle of my day when I'm working and something comes in. It just gives me a break. So anyway, I thank you very, very much. Stay well, everyone. Stay safe, everyone. Prayers for Ukraine. That's one thing that we can all do. And I will see you all soon. Toodles.